We will speak about the Yuthok Nyingthig practice, but also its relation to Tibetan medicine. It's like, let's say, the healing aspect of this practice.
Räägime Yuthok Nyingthigist ja selle seostest Tiibeti meditsiiniga, ravimisega.
And we have, first of all, the consent of our body and everything in the nature are made of these 5 elements.
Meie keha ja kõik looduses on tehtud nendest 5 elemendist, mis siin pildi peal on.
You can see that it has some explanation about correspondence to our body parts.
Siin pildi peal on ka siis elementide seosest meie keha osadega.
I don't go detail here because anyway this is not the main theme of today's talk.
Ei lähe täna sügavuti, kuna see ei ole tänase teema põhi.
But just as a reference, look at Earth.
Aga nagu siis vaadata lihtsalt maa peale.
Earth element corresponds to the heaviness, the weight.
Maa element vastab raskusele.
And if Earth element experiences excess,
kui maa elementi on liiga palju,
deficiency,
või puudus,
or in wrong places or wrong time,
kohas, valel ajal,
then our stomach, spleen and bone joints will have problems.
Siis meie maol, põrnal või siis liigestel on probleemid.
Yeah, these 2 mentioned organs are like little caves, hollow caves.
Need organid on nagu tühjad koopad.
Then these 5 elements are 5 elements, especially the first called space.
5 elemendist esimene on siis ruum.
Space is in some cases, in some medical books, not even mentioned.
Ruum ei ole kõigis meditsiiniraamatutes ka märgitud.
Because without space, all the other 4 elements can't even exist.
Sest ilma ruumita teisi elemente ei saa olla.
So sometimes they just say 4 elements.
Vahel nad ütlevad ainult 4 elementi.
And then these 4 elements are categorized into these 3 energies, or in Tibetan we call them 3 nyepas.
Ja 4 elementi jagatakse siis 3 energiaks, 3 niepaks Tiibeti keeles.
One of the common translation in English is humor.
Ja üks ingliskeelne tõlge on siis humor.
So these 3 energies are also categorized into 2 natures, hot or cold.
Ja neid 3 energiat jagatakse ka 2 loomusesse, kuuma ja külma.
Yeah, so like a very experienced doctor will always come to the understanding whether the patient is suffering a hot disease or a cold disease.
Ja väga kogenud siis arst saab siis kohe aru, kas patsiendil on külm või kuum haigus.
But also the stages define the differences in nature. The stage of disease define different, also manifests different nature.
Aga siis ka haigus võib ilmneda haiguse eri faasides eri loomus.
If you have read books or practiced yourself about any natural medicine or traditional medicine, then it's not very new idea, yeah, like yin yang and hot cold.
Kui me oleme õppinud või lugenud nagu loodusravisid, siis see ei ole uus idee nagu yin yang või kuum külm.
But the 5 element theory in Tibetan medicine and Tibetan spiritual healing.
Aga 5 elemendi teooria Tiibeti meditsiinis ja Tiibeti ravis
promotes the idea to observe the nature.
Ja siis arendab loomuse uurimise ideed.
What's happening in the nature?
mis juhtub looduses,
to understand what's going on inside our bodies,
siis saab aru, mida ka siin meie kehas toimub.
because fundamentally we're made of the same elements.
Sest me oleme tehtud algselt samadest elementidest.
Then, according to Tibetan medicine, we believe that all the diseases that we experience are caused by these two levels of causes.
Ja Tibeti meditsiinis me siis mõtleme, et haigused on põhjustatud kahest eri tasemel põhjustest.
That is also why Tibetan medicine has a spiritual healing.
Sellepärast Tibeti meditsiinis on ka vaimne ravi, spirituaalne ravi.
Even though in recent 50 to 70 years, a lot of the Tibetan medicine practices are institutionalized, standardized, but still it's very hard not to avoid the subject of primary cause of diseases.
Isegi tänapäeval, kui Tibeti meditsiini on palju lihtsustatud ja vaadeldud eripidi, siis ei saa välistada esmaseid põhjuseid.
If you ever visit a Tibetan hospital and see how the doctors are treating the patients, then you will always see that the doctors do not only treat the body alone, because it doesn't exist in their body, in their mentality. For them, body and mind are just together. They're not separate entities. So the treatment, the conversation, the diagnose involves both factors.
Kui me läheme Tibeti haiglasse, siis näeme, et Tibeti arstid vaatlevad ka meelt ja keha koos, sest nad ei erista kahte keha ja meelt, et alati tegeletakse mõlema osa.
So we have the three inner poisons.
Meil on 3 seesmist mürki.
But it's very important for us to understand poison in this sense doesn't carry a negative connotation.
Aga siin siis tuleb aru saada, et sõna mürk ei tähenda iseendes negatiivset tagamõistet.
Because according to any medical system, poison is medicine, medicine is poison, depending on the quantity, and then they are the same.
Sest igas meditsiinisüsteemis mürk on ravim ja ravimürk, kõik sõltub kogusest.
So it's not about elimination of the three poisons.
Et ei ole küsimus 3 mürgi eemaldamisest täielikult.
Especially from the healing aspect.
Eriti ravi aspektist.
Yeah. It's to understand the nature of poison and balance them.
On vaja teada mürgi loomust ja selle tasakaalustamise võimalust.
And they are the 3 animals you can see in the circle.
3 looma on siin pildi peal ringi sees.
The cute pig.
Kaunis siga.
Stands for what we say timuk.
Teadmatus.
Say timuk.
Timuk.
Yeah. Because translation, there are so many different translations. Most commonly they say ignorance and confusion.
Tavaliselt öeldakse, on nii palju tõlked, öeldakse tavaliselt teadmatus või segadus.
Yeah. And the snake stands for anger and hatred.
Madu on viha ja vastumeelsus. Kontrol.
Shedang, or they say shedang in Tibetan.
Shedang Tibetan.
And then the bird stands for desire and attachment.
Ja linn on siis himu ja kiindumus.
We call dochak.
Dochak.
Yeah. And those are the primary causes.
Need on esmased põhjused.
And secondary causes are the excess, deficiency, and disorder of 3 energies.
Ja teised põhjused on liig, puudus või siis tasakaalutus 3 energias.
Let's say we have 5 healing methods to treat if we are imbalanced.
Et meil on 5 ravimeetodit ravida, kui me oleme tasakaalutuses.
Diet, lifestyle,
Toitumine, eluviis,
especially when the disease is still in its formation, not yet in the sense of how disease are identified in the biomedicine.
eriti selles faasis, kui haigus on kujunemisel, kui teda ei ole nagu lääne meditsiini poolt diagnoositud näiteks.
Because Tibetan medicine describes a lot of different stages of disease formation.
Tibeti meditsiin kirjeldab mitmeid haiguse kujunemise faase.
You can already many symptoms of your mental state and your pee, your pause, your poo. Then it gives information. Even the pre-stage of how do you say that, like before you are sick.
Et on palju erinevaid märke, mille järgi saab hinnata seisundit enne, kui oled haige läbi uriini, väljaheite või lihtsalt läbi meele, et enne kui oled haige, et mingi tasakaalutus.
Especially internal organ diseases.
Eriti siseorganite haigust.
So you're getting sick, but not yet sick, then we use diet, lifestyle.
Pole veel haiged, aga me oleme jäämas haigeks, siis saab aidata eriti toitumise eluviisiga.
And you're sick and the diet, lifestyle is not helping, then you have to add up herbal medication and external therapies.
Ja kui me oleme haiged ja toitumine eluviis enam ei aita, siis on taimravimid ja välised teraapiad.
Then the fifth, which we consider as the highest healing, but Yuthok said that you have to go through the previous 4 and none of that worked, then you go to spiritual healing.
Yuthok ütleb nii, et kõrgem nendest ravidest on siis vaimne ravi, aga sa pead käima enne läbi esimesed ravimeetodid ja kui need ei aita, siis vaimne ravi.
Yeah, because I didn't specify in the previous slide, but also in the secondary cause of diseases, we also include our diet, lifestyle.
Teiseste põhjuste hulka ravis me ka kasutame toitumist eluviisi.
And seasonal changes.
Aastaegade muutumist.
And then Dön, spirits.
Dönni vaimolendid.
So we have even one chapter, entire chapter in Tibetan medical school, Tibetan medical text that talks about different diseases that are provocated.
Tiibeti meditsiinis on ka eraldi peatükk haiguste kohta, mis on siis provotseeritud.
Yeah, the cause is unclear.
Põhjus on ebaselge.
Yeah, so those, especially in Tibetan system, we go to spiritual healing.
Et eriti nende puhul siis Tiibeti süsteemis minnakse vaimsele ravile.
And try to think them as a holistically, try to think them. So we do not like just go to spiritual healing, just do these. But we do these and we also combine with these.
Et proovime mõelda mitte nagu lahus kõigest, vaid proovime mõelda terviklikult, et ühest küljest käime läbi esimesed 4 faasi, kui vaja, või siis kombineerime nende esimese 4 faasi.
If you think about, the treatment of your imbalanced state.
Et kui me mõtleme oma tasakaalutuse seisundi ravimise peale.
Then when you involve all these 5 aspects.
Et kui me kaasame kõik 5 aspekti.
Yeah, your life basically is packed with this.
Kogu elu koosneb.
Yeah, so it's pretty much like a new life.
Nagu uus elu, kui me hakkame kõike kasutama.
So the first thing, nejang, is
Esimene on Nechang,
Yeah, so in spiritual healing, we have these three aspects. Yeah.
et spirituaalses ravis meil on need kolm aspekti, mis siin kirjas on.
Our focus today in this lecture is on the third one, mind meditation.
Ja meie tänane fookus on meelemeditatsioonil nendes kolmest.
But in order to go there, let's go through briefly the previous two.
Aga et minna sinna kolmandale meelemeditatsioonile, käime läbi esimesed kaks ka.
First one, body, we have different yogas.
Keha jaoks meil on erinevad joogad.
And here we have example of Nejang yoga.
Siin on meil Nejangi jooga näide.
It's called the self-healing yoga.
Kutsutakse eneseravi jooga.
Through the body, you know, the body, then we are using these breathing and different breath techniques, yeah, breath work.
Keha kaudu, hingamisharjutuste kaudu.
To heal, to bring the healing effect.
Toome siis ravitoime.
And through the speech,
kõri kaudu.
Then we have mantra healing.
Kõnelemise kaudu on mantra ravi.
As a bracket, I call it the ancient psychologist.
Ja sulgudes siis Drukmo kutsub muinaspsühholoogiks.
Munas?
Munas,
okay. So psychology, I mean, we don't have the separation of psychologist and such profession. But all the doctors have to learn some psychological, like Tibetan Buddhist, or let's say Buddhist psychology. Yeah.
Tiibeti meditsiinis ei ole nagu eraldi psühholoogia teemat, aga kõik tiibetärsid peavad natuke õppima vähemalt budistlikku psühholoogia.
So you can say this is a very generalized category, of course.
See on väga üldine siis vaade teemale.
Spiritual healings are especially for this attainment of enlightenment.
Et spirituaalne ravi on siis irgumise saavutamiseks.
Whereas healing mantra is very specific, like we have mantras for each organs.
Aga ravimantrad siis on väga spetsiifilised, on mantrad igale organile.
Mantras for diseases.
Mantrad haigustele.
Yeah, so such way.
Niimoodi.
Specific diseases, like if you have tooth pain.
Spetsiifilistele haigustele, näiteks kui on hambavalu.
Yeah, if you have bleeding.
Veritsus.
How to stop bleeding.
Kuidas veritsus peatada.
So there are many mantras, more than 100.
On väga palju mantraid üle 100.
But some mantras can be both, can be spiritual and healing.
Aga mõned mantrad võivad olla mõlemad, nii vaimne kui ravi.
So for example, Om Mani Padme Hum.
Näiteks Om Mani Padme Hum.
Like most famous mantra. Yeah?
Kõige tuntud mantra.
So we do it especially for sick and dying and dead beings.
Et seda tehakse just spetsiifiliselt haigetele, surevatele või surnud olenditele.
That's a typo, not receiving, it's reciting.
Lausumine, jah.
Yeah, reciting. It's not receiving. Reciting.
Mitte saamine, ingliskeelne siin tekst, vaid siis lausumine.
And also like to extend or increase our ability to love and connect.
Ja ta tõstab meie võimet armastada ja ühenduda.
Yeah, and purifies or changes the negative thoughts.
Puhastab või muundab negatiivsed mõtted.
So Vajrayana believes that if there's a lot of knots in our channels,
Vajrayana usub, et kui meil on palju sõlmi kehas, kanalites,
then we more likely to experience negative thoughts.
Siis suurema tõenäosus ka kogeme negatiivseid mõtteid.
It's completely out of our logic. Like we don't understand why we think negatively, sometimes like really strong. Yeah?
See on tegelikult täiesti teinekord väljaspool meie loogika, miks me mõtleme negatiivselt tugevalt.
So in Tibet, it's believed that we do Om Mani Padme Hum in group or personal practice. to purify that negative thought.
Tibetis nad usuvad, et kui teha mani bedmehungi üksi või grupi praktikaga, siis on see nende negatiivsete mõtete puhastamiseks.